The story of Anonymous Jar. Now this video is targeted towards like the one and only person that actually knows what I'm talking about. So here it goes. The story of Anonymous Jar, my OC. So Anonymous Jar was an alien. Well, not really an alien, but a human-made alien. You see, humans colonized the planet in the year 2050. And because of that, people kind of had to be, different. They had to evolve differently. So, their genes evolved in a way that they would become very hairy and had better hearing. But they had cat-like ears, which is kind of it's like helping survive on that planet. It's cold and very dangerous. It's not like Earth. It's not like Earth is anymore. It hasn't been really that colonized yet. It's only been about a month since that happened. And one day, the people of Earth became extremely specious and decided to consider them no longer human. Instead, they decided to call them proto-humans or beta-humans, or even worse, catmen, or the cat people. So there was a massive civil war. That was fought in several nations, which is very strange. So several rebellions rose up in Russia, China, Australia, America, even Canada, UK, basically all of Europe. The only places that weren't really affected were South America, Africa, most of Oceania, and the Middle East, which didn't really care about what was going on. And eventually, as you would guess, the rebels lost. They failed horrendously. But it had paved the path for rights to come out for proto-humans. Anonymous Jar, whose real name is Ko, along with his sister Fluna, decided to move to Earth in 2073, when rights were first established, and they decided to become crime fighters. Anonymous Jar was 19, Fluna was 23. But one day, a lab was working on a serum to turn people into super soldiers, and among other things, basically a serum and people that could turn people into anything they wanted. The world would be paradise. Anyone could be whatever they wanted to be, and no one could get teased or anything, because everyone would be perfect in their eyes along with everyone else's eyes. People would have had pure harmony. The world would have been a better place, except it never worked. They never perfected the serum, and every time they would dump it out near a bank, which a bunch of guys were robbing. So Anonymous Jar and his sister Fluna decided to go out there and attack it. Yes, attack it, like a small invasion, because they were actually technically helping the CIA fight the war against crime. Yeah, so there's 3 wars against things that don't physically exist. Well, war does exist. I mean, not war, drugs do exist, but whatever. They attacked the bank and retreated back into an alley nearby it, which is right where the factory was. Eventually, the criminals were beaten and were taken to prison. However, right after that, Anonymous Jar and Fluna were about to leave, but then a failed syrup was dumped on them, turning them into Anonymous Jar, who was covered in stuff, into a full-on cat furry, while Fluna, which only had small parts of her body covered in it, became a Nico. Yep. And that is how Anonymous Jar and Fluna came to be. And of course, they're like battles with higher dimensional beings from wherever land. I don't know. And eventually, they formed the clan with someone else named Ace, and also someone and his relatives, along with along with along with his team slash crew, and eventually they became very popular with the people, and that that made relations heat up between them and in an alien world which was in the same dimension as our Earth, which is where this takes place. And that planet was known as Planet Dolan. Note, I'm not trying to say that I made Planet Dolan. I'm incorporating Planet Dolan into the series, and so please let me use it, guys. Please don't sue me. It's part of my OC thing, so yeah. Back to the story. A massive war was fought out between them, and both sides suffered heavy losses. However, Planet Dolan's extreme diversity eventually led them to a victory. However, many members left due to the high amounts of controversy about them declaring war on a completely different group of people just because they were getting popular. So, people like Shima, Honeybits, Ladybot, and okay, I messed it up. Started. So people like Shima and Honeybits left, along with Sidious V. Then one day, Ladybot decided that if they couldn't make a cure for her disease, this is the second side note, the disease is rapid internal deterioration, which means like her internal organs start to raw away and die while they're still inside her, so they constantly have to be replaced by robotic parts. And the outside is just a suit that keeps her her body shape in place, so that it doesn't collapse on itself because of all the fake parts that don't work and that aren't like normal organs. So Ladybot went to Earth, as they're much more industrialized than Planet Dolan. However, the peace between them never happened. Instead, tensions began to rise even more than from pre-war, and a second war started. However, with the most powerful members of the Planet Dawn on the side of the Freak Show clan, clan that Atlanta Starfleet and Ace founded, they beat back Planet Dolan, even though they were led by the three most powerful fighters in the universe at the time: Danger Dolan, Golden Gooby, and Animations. But Animations had to be replaced by Snoopy, Helvin, and Nixium, who were pretty lazy and weren't very good tacticians. So their general, Fleet Commando, decided to abandon them, and yeah, Andy kind of decided to join the Freak Show clan until she was assassinated by Ladybot for abandoning the army. When she joined, then was forced to come back to the Freak Show clan because they had a cure for her disease. But she still has to wear the suit and all her robotic organs. But because now all she has left is the liver, the brain, and the heart, and some blood in her skin, and blood going through her organs, blood going through her body, along with certain other body parts. I'm not the one that made her up. Just ask Ladybot.